I come from the earth, from hands in dirt, from a succession of stories embedded in my backbone, passed from generation to generation, by tongue, by breath, trickled down into my blood to lay home there before eventually recycling itself back out. My name is Kalehua, from a culture where it means warrior, where it means the first thing after destruction is tree, a flowering tree after a lava flow, meaning that after anger there is always healing, because being the first to sprout after rain is the warrior in you, where despite trials you should grow and stand tall. My name comes from a language of oral passage, spoken in whispers like the underground network of roots. My name is unassuming and calm in its nature. If my name is poetry, then being a poet is innate in me, written in our ancestors like the stars, because I come from a people of storytellers, where they rewrote a language over after they tried to erase it. And so telling my people's stories is resistance if they tried to erase me, speaking a language they could only twist and spin around them like waves on the surface who will never understand the depth it articulates. Where sea meets land, we have sand. And yet where I meet my mother tongue, we have conflict, rivers split. Ikawa kahiko, in Hawaiian history, we are ancestors of the taro plant, kalo. When the gods in the sky decided to settle and the first child buried in mud came back as kalo, we, as the younger sibling, took on this responsibility to look after it. But I sometimes still feel like the kalo plant, stillborn meant for something different, instead chosen to feed the next generations with their body. If being buried in the mud is the only way I can feed my children, so be it. We learned science every day outside in the environment and knew sustainability before anyone told us what it was. The remnants of all our ancestors and the next wave of consciousness and enlightenment. This Aina is teaching me healing through reconciliation with myself, because it is not just a device of convenience, but a catalyst of love. And protecting that of which we consider sacred vindicates our monotonous days. My stories are the rock wall that kept these bones safe, stories passed down generation after generation in hushed whispers and quiet tones under tucked tongues and nimble fingers. They are how I know my ancestors live within me every day, the way they have crossed oceans and planted seeds for me. This rock is just another form of my ancestry, my blood and bone. The walls could never keep out, only bring in everything they made sure I would receive. And that of which I stand for every day is for all the back-breaking, bone-crushing work they lived through, and how now kept are the memories of their blood in mine, because these are the stories I will tell my children before I die. Bones are sacred vessels for our people, and so safe inside of me lives the entire ecosystem of aloha, gifted to you and I.
Let's make a little more noise for Kalua Fun. And I'm going to invite everyone to take a collective breath in and out. I'm going to ask us to do that 2 more times. Let's go inhale and out. And again, in and out. We travel ancient paths, millions of miles of rivers carved by spirits that came before, who dug in their heels with the promise of our steps and paved a way. And traffic on Highway 94 in Chicago breathes in and out, as if trying to calm us travelers down and remind us that we move in cycles, holy and hidden. We travel ancient paths, millions of miles of rivers carved by spirits who came before, who set their sails with the promise of our breath and paved a way. And the ocean in Lahaina breathes in and out, as if trying to break us travelers open and remind us that we move in cycles, holy and hidden. And sometimes, when the waves crash, there are rainbows in their midst, showing us that beauty will always rise from our broken and forgotten histories and be held in the ebb and flow of the crash. Sometimes these rainbows are hard to see, and sometimes it depends on how we look. Mahalo. So I want to formally say aloha mai kako. Welcome to the 4th Hawaii Youth Poet Laureate commencement event. Can we make some noise for young poets, young people, and all of the things? My name is Dr. Maura Persh. I'm the Education Director here at the Maui Arts Cultural Center. And on behalf of the MAC, it is an honor to welcome you here in the audience and all of those who are live streaming at home. This would definitely not be possible with our amazing partners, including Maui County and the Office of Economic Development and many other partners, the DOE, Department of Education, Kaiser Permanente, and many, many others. So we are going to hear a lot of youth poets today, and I want to share this with you all, is that I actually started my journey as a person in the arts and education as a youth poet, and had no idea where I would go. But I just wanted us to do a little something before we get ready for the day. So we're going to hear a bunch of really incredible, amazing poets, which I'm sure all of you all are also that incredible. I wanted to do a little bit of a practice, right? So we're going to see your classmates, your peers, other folks from around Hawaii to share their stories. And I wanted to just for us to practice what it would feel like to give them tons and tons of love and make a lot of noise and share when we love something, when we like something. So can I ask you all to just take a moment to practice, to start putting your hands together and pretend for a minute there's a 15-year-old poet here on this mic from Makawao or from Kihei. Can you start making some noise right now and show us how we might give some love to this poet? A little more? Can we do a little bit more than that, maybe? Yes, and then what if there is a 17-year-old poet from Honolulu who made their way from another island this morning? How might we show them some love on this mic also? Brian, get them more. And then what if there's a 13-year-old poet from Kula who just made their way down the mountain to share their heart, their soul, their poems? Well, how are we going to show her some love or them some love? Yes, I really love this love. So I appreciate that. So remember that, hold that, and keep giving the poets that love, and you at home also as well. So we just heard from our 2022 Hawaii Youth Poet Laureate, Kalua Fun, who will share a little more about herself in a minute, and we'll hear. But today, now, to formally kick us off, we will continue with a piece from our 2023 Hawaii Youth Poet Laureate. So I'm going to ask everyone to please join me in welcoming the incredible Karina Ye. So please now put our hands together and give a lot of love to Corina as she makes it.
My throat is like a little sore, so excuse my voice, but this is my prose poem, Rinse. I undress with buttons and threads sloppy between my legs. The sun sloshes between curtains before leaking into the roadside, where city kids gut pigeons and steal everything except cash. Discounted liquor, fire hydrants, half-torn dog ears, and expired batteries jammed into a mouth or a belt strap. Anything with holes can hide. I call these kids aimless and stupid and undisciplined until I'm wandering the same aisles with a barcode scanner stuffed up my shirt. They can't call you criminal if they don't expect the crime. Or if they turn a blind eye, because really, what stoned minimum wage employee cares that you steal or trespass into your mother's backyard or shower with the lights off? But today, I come home straight from work and peel to a bloodbath of my own thoughts. My boyfriend calls to apologize. I forget what we were fighting about. Something about chewing his leather car seats to carcass or convincing his younger sister that bathroom ghosts would swallow her and drool out her spine. So I hang up. He sends a voicemail. The drone of his voice whirs like a chorus of cicadas, and I laugh. A sparrow decapitates itself on my windowsill outside, and I laugh. Nothing happens, and I laugh. When I finish drying, my hair smells like cigarettes from the night before. I am running out of things to turn sheet. Thank you.
Aloha mai kākou. My name is Travis Kaulula Thompson. I'm from Kalihi Valley, Honolulu, Oahu, Hawaii. And I am pleased to be here today to be one of your hosts for today's 4th annual Hawaii State Youth Poet Laureate competition. I want to welcome all of you here, just like Maura did earlier, here to the Maui Arts Cultural Center here in Kahului, Maui. Today you will be hearing some of Hawaii's best writers sharing some of their original work for you to hear today. And one of these writers will be crowned the 2024 Hawaii State Youth Poet Laureate. But before we begin with the show, I'd like to acknowledge this person standing to my left. She is the 2022 Hawaii State Youth Poet Laureate and a co-worker of mine as a coordinator for the Hawaii State Youth Poet Laureate program. I welcome Kalua Fun.
Mahalo, Travis. Aloha, everyone. I am Kalua Fun, the Hawaii State Youth Poet Laureate from 2022. We are so grateful to be here with these incredible poets. Now I'd like to introduce Brandy Nalani McDougall, our Hawaii Poet Laureate of 2023 to 2025 from Maui, who is sharing a video message for us.
Aloha mai kako. I'm Brandy Nalani McDougall, Hawaii Poet Laureate for 2023 through 2025. And it's my honor to welcome all of you to this year's Hawaii Youth Poet Laureate competition. First, I wanted to speak to all of the young poets in the house. Mahalo nui for choosing to be a poet, for listening to your heart, for having the guts to listen, for feeling and writing about feeling. The world needs poets now more than ever. It needs young people, especially young people, who can remind us all how to value love and songs and land, how to center what's most important in our world: kindness, generosity, joy, and laughter. Not war, not violence, not harm or hate, and certainly not money. Only words of love, especially from the voices of our future, all of you. Your words matter and are so powerful. Please keep bringing your light, your songs, your joy into this world to help us remember, to remind us. We need your poetry and your stories now more than ever. So please keep writing. I have the honor of sharing a poem that I wrote for some special young people who I had the privilege of teaching while they were freshmen at Kamehameha. So this is for that Kamehameha English 9 classroom. This poem is called Character Development. It must be hard to hold back so much when you hear the wind whiffling through the near empty halls of Paki, reminding you of where you just walked so freely between periods. When I remind you that class has begun, you pull the book out of your backpack, wanting mostly to check your social media, and happy that a pretty girl or boy or non-binary person smiled and just talked to you. You are red-faced after running uphill and tired after your parents fought all night about money or worse. I know enough, having lived longer, that some of you will become the doctors and lawyers your parents want or are afraid to want, that you will teach hula and comparative literatures, raise children who speak Hawaiian. You will leave your aina by choice or force, write mele and testimony. You will know or never know where or how America lies, how to steal for more drugs, or how it feels to cross a street without caring if a car hits you. Either way, you will try to heal, remembering the wind in the halls, though some of your families will lose you in all the ways a person gets lost. But this is only the character who can be static or dynamic, acting, interacting, and reacting, carving pathways through conflict in a predetermined series of options. This is you being acted upon, and perhaps this is as it should be, or as it was always meant to be, though I know this is little comfort. I ask you to open your books because in the meantime, there are important things you need to know about longing and belonging, the space between spoken and truth. There are quotes you need to learn to cite and commas you must place in the empty spaces where you must breathe or break phases apart without the finality of the period. I don't tell you why. These are important things you need to know, and the school setting is such that you don't even bother to ask. But if it was in my character to be more courageous, I would tell you honestly that a part of me must believe words can save us. If we open ourselves fully, if we can name the ones who spoke before us, and we, unbroken, still have the breath to speak them. Mahalo nui, everyone. Aloha. And please enjoy and listen to these amazing voices of our future. Aloha ahuiho.
Mahalo to Kumu Brandy for sharing that video with us. Okay, so we're about to jump into the show. We are going to showcase our top 5 Youth Poet Laureate finalists, and we will begin with our first poet, a 7th grader, coming to us all the way from Kula, upcountry Maui. Please put your hands together and give a great big round of applause for Leela Sigaran. Make some noise.
When I am a mother, or if I am not, I will tell my children about my beautiful childhood on this island. I will tell them about the cool winds weaving knots in my hair as it blows through the trees. I will tell them about the golden sand slipping through my toes, hot as I skip along the beach. I will tell them about the crystal waves rushing over my head, cool as I dive beneath them. And I will tell them about fish. I will tell them all about fish because I know they won't be able to watch little shapes dart in and out of the mossy rocks. When I am a mother, or if I am not, my children won't be able to bask in the afternoon sunshine. They won't be able to run barefoot through bright green fields. They won't be able to dance in the glinting gray rain. And I am sad for them. Sad for them before I even know they exist. Because maybe they won't have all these wonderful things. Because of the change on this earth, everyone wants to ignore it. They don't want it to be true. It's too hard to talk about. There's a giant alarm going off, louder and louder, screaming to warn everyone about what's going to happen. We all ignore it. Maybe there will be no fish, clean air, or water. Maybe the world will cease to exist. And I am sad for them.
Mahalo, Leela. Next, I would like to introduce to you our second Hawaii State Youth Poet Laureate finalist, who is a 12th grader from Kailua, Oahu. Please put your hands together for Mia Peterson.
A comprehensive guide to planetary destruction. Take in the sights and inhale the smells around you. The clear blue skies, the sand between your toes, the murmur of the ocean as it lulls around your ankles. The light filtering between koa leaves and ohia branches, the trills of the apapane and the flight of the amakihi. 1. Choose profit. Choose green over green. Lose yourself in the luxury of rolling in money and lose the luxury of swimming in non-acidic waters. You must forget the coral you once touched, the now extinct feathers you once felt, and you must 3. Forget changing. Change is the enemy of planetary destruction. Instead, find your tongue justifying the destructive to eliminate the defenseless, your lips forming words like impossible, or in due time in response to 4. Activists. Although you have forgotten how to breathe in clean air, feel the earth on your skin, and watch water run through your hair, the activists have not. The activists who fight for the planet as if it were, as it is, their kin must be 5. Silenced. Silence them like you have natives who for centuries let the land live. Silence them like you have men and women and children who have lost their homes and their livelihoods to your desperate destruction. Silence them like you 6. Cannot. 7, you cannot win. 8, because for every soul forgetful of Mother Nature's warm embrace comes a voice from her heart to keep her from dark. Because hushed silence gives way to thunder. Because all hope can never be lost, at least for the things that we love. Mahalo.
Thank you, Mia. Okay, our next poet, coming to us from Pukalani, Maui, is a 7th grader. Please put your hands together for Phoenix Cook to the microphone.
In barren grasslands of Lahaina, rain dropped like showering droplets in light. Blue skies, rain cycles don't weep rain, it rather provided. To creatures of thirst, it splashed, cratering sand, moist, crusty sand. Water formed, deepening into dry dimples. It filled vast emptiness with life, splashed over dry plants as they would eagerly soak it up to quench their thirst. Then, abundant with water, animals too, gives hope to those to still grow. Then heat, abundant with desert-like intensity. By 2 degrees this world has changed. Now water dries up, trees and plants shrivel up. The sun flames up with a swirling, powering heat. Mirages appear, like in the desert. They bask yonder in the distance, blurry to sight. The bushes dry out. Heat catches on flammable grass. Flowers frantically weep as their heat dries up their fragile petals. Tiny fires keep spreading, taking control of its bait, its prey, grass. Light in streaks of transparent, smoking reds and blues. They flicker as a light switch does, but more powerful than a hammer, taking over things of its kindling. Towns of houses containing beautiful families, beautiful friends, people so kind, so caring, now have to try so desperately to escape fires. Racing out, clinging to their life. Some helped, some stood, shocked. Sights of burning houses filled with smoke and ash lingered in their minds, grabbing others, racing with them, hacking coughs, limping, gasping for smokeless air to live. Everyone entwined, a community, all in this plummeting disaster, but with their power together as a strong, powerful community. A community woven together can never be broken. Even despite the hurting disaster this community has faced, they were able to regrow. This community has an indescribable ability to stay strong during depressing times, which takes a lot of will, of courage to stand in a land of burnt remains, for a community to remember what happened and yet have the power to keep living. They are strong together, the community of Lahaina. Together they can stand and will stand for the rebirth being ever so majestic and gradual. The rain will pour again. It will come with big bounding drops, rain droplets that will heal barren, burnt ground, rain that will provoke this regrowth, the regrowth of something truly majestic, Lahaina and its community.
Mahalo, Phoenix. Now I would like to welcome to the mic our 4th Hawaii State Youth Poet Laureate finalist, a 12th grader from Mililani, Oahu. Please give a round of applause for Mika Heroy.
In a blustery attic too small to be smiling, I drown. In a chiffon ball gown, gossamer threaded like jelly in a jar, studded with diamonds, sparkles like stars. Spiders crawl over my pupils, leaving trails of constellations, and I think I can read them to find my way back to the place where breath breaks sudden and easy into my stone-cased lungs. The haze of fruit flies all around my head swarms me with swimming dread because they can ooze out of the cracks in the walls like I never can. The song of their gossip runs like butter into my ears, scalding as they glide on pole-push boats to my swollen brain. Scarlet welts rise where their whispers dig like hooks into my ulcerous skin, murmuring the way out, the way out, the way out, the way. I would be a martyr for this melody of lies. 8 groups of 8 spindle-like spin a cobweb net, sticking my hands to the Netherlands ceiling. Spun gold kisses my blue bleeding lips as I swing from my wrists. Through a crystal window, a goddess flaps on gaudy wings and grins with teeth dripping in emeralds, telling me of summer mist, where wanderers wander with the world in their eyes. She shimmers in my impossible joy, rising through the roof to the sun that I'm blind to, taking my tissue wishes with her. The spiders learn to see when my soul screams, "Escape!" and they pin my thrashing limbs to the wall. A mirage with my face walks to the door and wiggles through the keyhole, popping like a daisy into the moonlit night. It trots across a well-trodden path and says goodbye to where I hang. The image of freedom tastes of flat champagne. My ghost steps from the attic wrapped in its gossamer armor, gallivanting in a gala of shimmering souls, glowing with the bubbling youth it devises, and it disguises its emptiness. And it remembers to smile.
Thank you very much, Mika. I love that you used the word gallivanting. It's a word that I hear so much from my parents when I was younger. Okay, our next poet is a 9th grader from Kihei, Maui. Please put your hands together for Michaela Cooper.
Call me a flower, vibrant and new and exciting, but as I get older, I cripple and crumble, eventually pushed to the corner of the room, waiting to be replaced. Call me a song, obsessed over till overused, till you can't bear listening to me. Call me a therapist, there for you and trusted but not normalized to all, waiting for you but never waited for, given the time of day, although I don't have that time, just waiting for someone else to take this role and listen. Call me a scream, whether pure with joy, anger, or fear, relieving to get rid of, but not pleasant to hear, not wanted or focused on, ignored, pushed to the corner like the unpleasant, broken down, crumbling flower I am. Call me me. I may be under disguised or as something else like a flower, a therapist, a song, a scream. But remember, through the weary scream or under all those flower petals, I am still human too. Caught up in helping and listening, I drown out. I miss who I was. I forgot who I was. So who am I? Just a human or someone waiting to be found in the depths of the ocean? Who was I? Naive, pushed to the side? Why did I take on these big roles? Is it to push the image of the flower out of my mind and yours? How could I forget who I was and not have a single clue? To be so oblivious as to not even know my own life? How could I lose sight of myself? Once a vibrant poppy kid, now a teen, lost in the middle of swarms of people and the dumpster of thrown-out flowers near the florists, cornered into others, I am not my own. Call me a girl to be desired in cruel eyes, but to be exploring who I am in others, learning who I am for the first time. Clinging onto dreams I once wished would come true, like becoming a mermaid or having so many different jobs at once. In some way, I see that in myself as I grow. Taking on others' problems and responsibilities and going that extra mile for no apparent reason at all. I see who I am, only to lose who I was, blooming like a flower that will eventually shrivel like a cracked wine glass waiting to shatter. Call me a game of tug-of-war, being pulled from one end to the other in the midst of fighting, just to be pulled until I slip and fall. Call me a gladiator in the arena while being stared at, bet on. People watch my every move for one slip up, as if I am crawling up this slippery slope to get away from the bottom, the disappointment. Call me a teen, maturing but not mature, beginning to be trusted but never fully trusting, figuring out who I am, although that isn't what I do. I am so scared about who I am, I hide behind the others. Interesting but complicated. In and out of the shadows, in and out of the audience's focused, almost as if I am a show where nothing is real to those who watch, but everything is real to me, my whole life. One friend disappears as if they were the other side of the scale of justice, balancing me in just the right way so I don't fall. only till they leave once they have used me to balance themselves, leaving me behind. I'm slipping under the trips of manipulation, but only until I fall, leaving by myself to figure out how to escape this big dark hole. Call me alone in an escape room. Once again, my life is a game, anxious and afraid, but no one is there to comfort me. Except for the person on the other side of the room with the separating walls, I am alone, isolated, stuck, alone. But I have hid for so long now. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to focus on myself and only me, if it could be so simple if I was working with someone else. But here I am, alone. Like how I juggle everything around like as if I'm a clown. Sometimes I am, laughed at but irrelevant in any moment when not wanted. Call me a haunted house full of twists and turns of the unknown. Call me by my name. Call me empathetic, and call me the sunset, short-lived burst of beauty that you can rely on every night. Call me the everlasting poppy flower, the vibrant flower, the one that's fresh. Call me original, call me one in a trillion, call me shocking, call me a star, deserving of love and laughter. Call me a happy ending at the end of a movie when the explorer realizes the mystery and the problem was themselves and themselves only. Call me a bucket list of everything to do in life. Call me when you need someone, call me and I will be your escape room. To figure out the unknown past that wall, call me whatever, call me whenever you want. But I call me me, whether from the past or the present, I am everything around me.
Thank you very much, Michaela. Okay, so now we're going to bring up two featured artists for you. The first comes to us all the way from Aotearoa, New Zealand. She is an award-winning published author and noted performer. She also holds the distinction of being the first Pacific Islander ever to graduate from the University of Auckland with a PhD in English, and is now a professor at that university whose scholarly work focuses on Maori and Pacific literature and culture. She represented Tuvalu in Poetry Olympics in London 2012 and was named a Commonwealth Poet in 2016. And following a theme for today, she's also a former Poet Laureate of Aotearoa, New Zealand. Please put your hands together for our first featured artist of the day. Make some noise for Selena Tala Marsh.
I'm also one of the judges for this competition, so you can see what an impossible task I've had, right? Let's hear it for the poets so far. We are the stories we've been waiting for, as the Hopi Indian people say. And in the Pacific, there are stories and myths that are repeated over and over, and I'm going to reference one from Aotearoa, New Zealand. And it's about Papa, Earth Mother, and Rangi, Sky Father. In Aotearoa, before time began, they were locked in a lover's embrace, and it was dark, and eons passed, and they gave birth to many sons, and eons passed, and then the sons got restless, and they were tired of the dark, and they wanted light let in. And one of the sons, too, God of war, said, "Let us kill our parents. Be done with them. Let light begin." But Tane, God of the forests, said, "I will grow big, mighty, and I will separate them." And so he did, and light was let in, and time began. New Zealand's a lucky country. Aotearoa, land of divine poetry, of Papa, Tua, Nuku, and Rangi, lovers of land, sky, and sea, progenitors of Maori. Yes, New Zealand's a lucky country. Lucky the brothers were restless sons. Lucky they warred when dark had won. Lucky they longed for the light of the sun and the warmth of the open air. Lucky Tane was the heart-led son, seeking bloodless revolution. Lucky he had the strength to stand and pry his parents apart. Lucky the lovers loved so much, missing the caress of each other's touch. For Rangi cries tears from the sky so freely, and Papa's feckin' soil so healing, giving us Tane Mahuta's forests of jade green, rivers, lakes, underground springs, a green belt round this nation's hips, kissed all over by Moana's blue lips. From Te Waiponamu to Te Ika a Maui, greenstone to fishtail, lucky, lucky country. See the Pahutakawa blush deeply, along cliff edges rising steeply, where the dead depart for Hawaii. From Rakiura to our sea, yes, New Zealand's a lucky country. Thank you.
Mahalo. For our next featured artist, based out of Oahu, they are a multifaceted boy band and collective involved in all spaces of creative work that's from the islands and for the islands. From music to visuals, they are a group that loves to share the sights and sounds of the Pacific in their own authentic ways. Here to share a few songs with us, please join me in welcoming to the stage my friends, Boys of the Ocean.
How's it? How we doing? We are Boys of the Ocean, and I'd just like to start this off by saying mahalo nui loa, excuse me, for giving us the privilege to perform in this beautiful center. And first song we like to perform is called Keiki. So whenever you guys ready, let's hit it. Yes, sir. Never let never let the millions change me. Do it for the children, the keiki. Feeling like a little kid with the way we let it show up at the Hilton when it's AC on a hot day. Feeling like KD when a shot bang. If you ain't with it for a rain, we can part ways. Catch me in the wrong mood on the wrong day. I don't even think you understand what I'm trying to say.
My feelings lately with the struggle of the small thoughts. Maybe get a lot of slack for the stuff, hate me, but I make sure to step back, break free. It's a lot of things that brought me to the flow, but trust in everything, I praise the Lord. Do this for the kids who want some more in this life, for sending answers to the call.
Do it for the children, they can't keep trying to show them how I do it when they underrate me. About to take off for getting money like paid leave, rubbing in the face of those who played me. Got a whole team full of ride or dies with the good fellas like, yeah, you pay me. And if I don't trust you, hate me, go ahead and paid enough dues, took a great think about the kind of kid I was with a dollar and a dream. Trying to be a crocodile, a month piranha in the stream. Now I'm slowly becoming just what I thought it could be. Name gonna be ringing bells from my Kaha to the east side. Run a lot from the drama that I've seen. See me as the cash cow, yet they calling for the beef. Times like these tend to show how ironic it could be. Scenes that they ain't hungry, they just follow when you eat.
Never let the millions change me. Do it for the children, the keiki. Feeling like a little kid with the way we let it show up at the Hilton with it's AC on a hot day. Feeling like KD when the shot bang. If you ain't with it for a rain, we can part ways. Catch me in the wrong mood on the wrong day. Y'all don't even think you understand what I'm trying to say. Yeah, sure.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So before we start this next song, I got one question for you guys. How many of y'all ever had a crush in your life? Raise your hand. Yeah? Most of us. Okay? Keep them up if they never like you back. Me too. This next song is titled Breaking My Heart. Run up.
Trying to cry, but you keep breaking my heart. I've been acting carefully while you're staying on the streets. No, I'm not trying to cry, but you keep breaking my heart.
breaking my heart, 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 breaking my heart, heart, heart. Let's go, Lucky.
It's just something about the way that you walk, the way you talk, got me feeling like I did something wrong. It's like my heart knows the person ain't the one for it all, but in my mind it's the girl who be taking the fall. I never dedicate a song to women, but when I look into your eyes, it's something different. I feel persistent, you just breaking my heart, and I can feel the division. You go on with your life, and I'll just be here reminiscing.
Breaking my heart, heart, heart. Girl, you're breaking my heart, heart, heart. Breaking my heart, heart, heart. Breaking my heart, heart. Hey, you knew I'm focused on my paper, chasing fame from the start. So how you let all that break us apart? Left me in the dark, still I hold no hatred at all. No closure for me, guess you saved your explanation for God. I really need you back, or words you can't relate to it all. I put up a fight, should've known it was too late from the start. I hope you listen to every lyric I say in my songs. I put my trust in you, so tell me why you breaking my heart. Seems I ignored the signs, looking back in the rear view. I'm sorry, but it felt like we had no rules to adhere to. That's why when you left, there was something out of the clear blue. Now it don't feel right coming home and not being near you. You my dark twisted fantasy, looking so devilish in that new dress. Never get you next to my bed again. Who's next? I bet it's the guy you said not to worry about. When it hurts you, don't hit me back, cause I'm out, baby. Breaking my heart, heart, heart. Girl, you're breaking my heart, heart, heart. Breaking my heart, heart, heart. Breaking my heart, heart, heart. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Next up, we would like to introduce our boy 808 to the stage for this next one.
Yes, sir.
Hey, give it up for you guys, beautiful poets, and everybody from Maui. Like, we're really honored to be here. Small kind underdressed because we just came back from Big Island, but you know, still really humbling experience to be here for you guys. This one's a little bit more upbeat. I understand if you guys don't like stand up and move, but you know, this one's about skanking. You know, if you like move, you can.
Yeah,
but you know, like just put your 2 fingers up. You can finger skank in your chairs if you like. But yeah, this is called Sunset Skanking. Run up.
Our time is running out. Ooh, won't you come here, darling? Why won't you just stay? I miss you all day long. Ooh, there comes a time when the sunset's gone. I'll be waiting all day long. 'Cause this feeling won't leave.
Let's go.
But you got me skanking, skanking on my way to you, praying, hoping I won't kill the moon. Teach you for how we lean and not sober. Learn how for sunset, skank hold my shoulder. Could you wait for me up there? Nah, okay, you pull me closer, now you feel my chest up on your heart. I wear an extra boxer so you can just feel my heart. And when you up around me, send me back to Babylon. When sis don't do her chores, I mow the grass up on the lawn. You know it's about that season, find one teether, then come on. From Waianae to Kaneo, hey, we can get it on. I've been waiting all day long.
Yeah.
'cause this feeling won't leave.
Let's go.
But you got me skanking on my way to Ukraine, yeah. Hoping I won't kill the moon, teach you for how we lean and not sober. Learn how for success, can't hold my shoulder. I hope you haven't waited long for me. I'm sorry that you had to wait, because the time that we have now is just like grains of little sand. I can promise that I'll understand. You just take my hand. I just hope I'm not too late. I know I see you, then I see you. I don't wanna dream about it, I need you. Treat you right the way you're supposed to. I don't wanna do me either, yeah. I've been waiting all day long. But this feeling won't leave. But you got me skanking on my way to Ukraine. Hoping I won't kill the moon. Teach you for how we lean and not sober. Learn how for success, can't hold my shoulder.
Yes,
Yes, Thank you for coming to the show.
Okay, one more time. Honho for the boys. They are Boys of the Ocean. Check them out on socials, you guys. Support local musicians. Okay, so here we go. We had our two featured artists. We've had our top five finalists. Now we are going to recognize our top 10 poets. Then we're going to have our top 5 finalists come up in here, and then we're going to crown the 2024 Hawaii State Youth Poet Laureate. So first, we would like to recognize, and they're in our audience today. Please put your hands together for these top 10 finalists. These are Autumn Cooney, Now Hata, Megan Ing, Ruby Kingdom, and Max Loopser. And then calling them to the stage, can I please see Leela Sigaran, Mia Peterson, Phoenix Cook, Mika Heroy, and Michaela Cooper. Okay, and then we're gonna kind of do like a drum roll. Okay. And for your 2024 Hawaii State Youth Poet Laureate, the crown, the championship, the title goes to Mia Peterson. Woo! Make some noise for Mia! Woo-woo. Now, in a bit, we're going to ask all of the finalists to join us on stage in just a bit, but Kalehua has some last words for us.
Thank you all for joining us. And with that, we are closing this event for today. Congratulations to all our poets who entered this year. We hope you continue to write with us. Mahalo everybody for joining us and continuing to support art and poetry in Hawaii. Your art matters, your story matters, and we hope you all continue to create. Mahalo and have a wonderful day.
Aloha, thank you.